Okay, good people, we're back. Y'all thought I was playing. And I got a whole video to let y'all know that I can make Nigerian okra stew. So, got my fufu. Mine is a little sticky today. Now, I got some differences on this, how I do it. Not that many differences. But I am American. So, I had to make some variations. I couldn't make it, straight from the motherland. But it is delicious. And I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so first I begin by heating up some red palm oil and some olive oil so I can pre-cook my beef. Now I used beef loin strips. I didn't want to get too fancy since it's only my second time making the okra soup. So first time I used beef short ribs, but this time I used beef loin strips. Then I added a cup of chopped red and white onions. So next, I added about 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon seasoning and salt to taste. After which, I covered with water and then cooked on medium heat. Now while my meat was cooking, I prepared my okra. So I rough chopped about 2 cups of the okra and then I minced the rest. Probably about a pound, then I set it aside. Now I didn't have any dried fish per recipe, so I opted for dried wild-caught cod. Not too much because, I was trying to train my taster's palate so they can enjoy these new flavors. Then, of course, the star of the show, the peppers. That's coming next. My peppers or tatashes. So I had half of a red and white onion, 3 habaneros or scotch bonnet peppers, and then I had me 3 regular red bell peppers. So I just processed them blended them up in my food processor. Again, back with my red palm oil. And then I added that pepper mix. Oh, it smells so delicious, guys. I mean, if you could have been there to smell it, my goodness. And then I seasoned it. Now, I seasoned it with about a tablespoon of crayfish, a tablespoon of dawadawa or locust bean, and they were crushed, and then more salt to taste. And I prefer sea salt. So I love Lamb and Lynn. They're his Nigerian husband and an American wife, and he's always trying to teach her how to cook Nigerian food. And on one of their okra soup videos, they use chicken. So now it's time to add another meat. And since I saw them use the sectioned chicken wings, I decided to use that as well. It was really good with it. It's small pieces, not too chunky, and everybody likes chicken wings. Now I cooked both of them on medium for about 15 minutes. Then I combined, everything carefully because it's going to overflow. Well, I say carefully, but right here, my daughter poured it in, and then it overflowed onto her foot. Poor baby. The things we go through for good food. So we let that cook for 20 minutes, and then I add more red onions, and then finally, I added the okra to the mixture. And then I just stirred it around. So I love the bigger ones because it kind of makes it a little crunchy. But then the minced okra gives it the viscosity. So you can, what Americans would call it, slop it up. I don't know what Nigerians would call it, but I call it good. So I cooked that for about 10 minutes. So it's looking delicious and smelling amazing right now. But now it's time for the shrimp and some baby spinach. So I added some shrimp and some baby spinach. I wanted to get the leaves, the pumpkin leaves, but I didn't have time to go to the African market, so I opted for the spinach, and it worked perfectly. I like to put it at the end because I don't want it to get slimy. So that's the, just the baby spinach is better. Bigger spinach leaves, to me, get, kind of too soft. Now, this is the funny part. This is my attempt at making fufu. Jesus. My arm was so tired when I got finished. I pounded and I pounded and I pounded. The first day I did it, I used a metal spoon, but I tried to go authentic and get me a wood spoon. And I mean, listen, my My Nigerian brothers and sisters, don't judge me. I tried my ever-loving best. I mean, I stirred and I pounded and I went back and forth and I tried to do it like they do in the videos. And then I have a brother-in-law that's Nigerian and I could hear him in my ears telling me I'm not doing it right. But I still tried and tried and tried and it was still lumpy. Still lumpy. Still lumpy. Still lumpy. So, because I'm American, sorry guys. I tried I had tried this the day before and it worked beautifully. So I figured if it works, it works. And I put it in the food processor. Please forgive me. And so I stirred and stirred with the food processor. I wish I could have did it by hand. I'm going to keep practicing until I get it smooth. But even that's not perfect because it's still lumpy. So I tried it again. Now, it's perfect. I hope you guys enjoy this. I really just did this because I needed proof that an American woman can make some delicious okra stew or gumbo, because that's where gumbo comes from, West Africa. So here's my fufu balls. They were so good. It was just so flavorful. And it smelled like when I go into an African restaurant or when I go into my brother-in-law's house. So here's my proof that I actually made it. Enjoy.